Hey, this is Ken Casey from the Dropkick Murphys, and I love the Grandstanders! Take it away, kid!
Hello, welcome to another edition of Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman, and I'm joined by my usual cohorts, Uncle Joe McLaughlin, and he's JP's first son, Tim Hoey. Well, we have another great show for you tonight, so boys, let's get it started. We start with the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots, and one Tom Brady, Brookline's own Tom Brady. Well, he may not
For now, anyways.
may not be Brookline's own much longer. He's listed his house on Woodland Road.
On Woodland Road,
For $39 million, and I know, Timmy, you're interested, right?
Yep.
I am.
I would
I'm not buying a lottery ticket tonight.
You gotta figure he's moved out of the house because guys like us, we're walking through looking for souvenirs, right?
Yeah, Giselle, straighten the place up. We have an open house coming up.
Right,
you know?
yeah, exactly.
Stuff that behind the couch cushions.
Yeah, right, they won't be vacuuming before coming over, I don't think, right? Look, it's understandable. This is Tom Brady. This is Giselle. The future of their life is not in Brookline, Massachusetts. It's going to be in New York or L.A.
Oh, yeah. She's in the fashion business, and he will be too.
What?
And that's New York or Paris, one or the other. Take
Now,
the pick.
do you
Yeah,
guys
not Brookline.
do you guys feel the same way? Like when these athletes move out here, like they don't like us. Like we're not good enough for them to live around. Like I take it.
don't
take it
personally.
But I do. I take this little. But then
Well, they can't live here forever.
then
They're
I
not
get
from
No,
here.
I know. Then I get down to Boca Raton and I go, why don't I live in Boca Raton?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
And then
At
Los
least in the
Angeles in
winter.
January.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you're down in L.A. You're up in Beverly Hills and Brentwood, and you're like, why don't I live here?
Yeah,
You know,
I
but
know. We
but
take
this,
everything
You didn't
for
feel
now.
that way in Salt Lake City, though.
No, I
We
did not
take
feel like that
everything
way in Salt Lake City.
We take everything personally here, right?
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean you're leaving us?
Why would he
aren't
leave?
It's like a girlfriend leaving me. Aren't I good enough for you? I mean,
Brady's got a chip on his shoulder for being drafted 6. You can have a chip on your shoulder for that.
no, but it's weird. I don't really care, really.
Look, he
but
lived
but
here
there
for
is
20
some-
years. That's
Yep.
that's
and
enough.
We got the best 20 years of his life, I
And
think.
he had to work during the winter months,
Yeah.
so we know how
Yeah.
wonderful it is
Yeah,
here.
he
in the
wasn't
winter.
taking the winter. He
He's
was a
got
snowbird.
he's got the winter firsthand here.
But there's no way anybody's paying $39 million for that.
Well, you know,
that's a pipe dream.
What do you call its house? Fireman's house is like twice as big, twice as
The
much
house next
land,
door is up for $38 million. So
and it's $1.5 million
put it that way.
less. But it's twice as much house and twice as much land.
Yeah, he thinks the whole Tom Brady factor, and
38 million, 39 and a half. We're in the same ball.
But they
Yeah,
say
right.
the houses aren't in the same category, though, nor is the property. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand it. All right,
no
so
Tom's like somebody will offer him 45.
Yeah, Argument's house is much
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah, that's what he hopes. All right, so on the field, N'Keal Harry, who we've been very excited with, really the headliner coming into the training camp, Joe, looks like a monster if he can stay on the
Yeah,
field.
but once a hamstring is one of those lingering injuries, I guess today they just have him standing there catching balls from the jugs machine, standing still. He doesn't even walk.
Right, Timmy, is he going to contribute this season, or at the very least,
I think if
probably
he's
gonna
healthy,
have to wait
he's
mid-season?
going to be the go-to guy. But what I can't figure out is if my only job is to keep my body healthy, and the trainers, the athletic trainers, the only job they have is to keep these guys up and running, especially the guy they picked first in the draft. How do you get a hamstring injury? I
I
mean,
don't know.
shouldn't they
These
be?
guys-
They all.
No,
these-
but shouldn't they be stretched out to the max? I mean,
Yeah, and those wideouts are so finely tuned.
I know
Yeah,
they're,
yeah,
like
so
they're like
stretched-
thoroughbred horses.
Exactly, and we're shooting the horses every other day, right?
Look, they don't have fat like we do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, these guys.
I
are
take
just-
that personally, Scott.
They're just so tight,
Yeah.
and it's a pulled muscle, simply enough.
Yeah.
And all right, well, maybe undrafted Jacoby Myers may come to our rescue and play like a first-round pick. Well, he's been the phenomenon of the camp.
Oh yeah, he's been everyone's talk of the camp, and he didn't. That first game, he looked great too. What do you have, like a half dozen catches? A couple of them were real nice ones.
So let's hope he's not
With
Taco
all-
Fall,
with all
the
the
summer fling
I
of
love
the Celtics.
Taco Fall.
No,
What
but
are you
let's hope,
Yeah.
all of a sudden,
Yeah.
there's a lot of these guys that we talk about
Oh, remember
in the summer.
Sudfeld? We had him halfway to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
They cut him at the
They
end of the
get
camp.
How
Yeah.
does a guy like this go undrafted?
Well, we don't know. He's still at the very least, if everybody's healthy, he's the 52nd guy on the team.
He went undrafted because he had a very poor 40 time at the combine.
4.6,
Yeah.
which for a wide receiver is really freaking
that's
low.
plodding for a wide receiver.
Yeah. So, but look, he's a solid guy. He played really well in college. Look, he's not going to be the number one receiver, nor the 2 or the 3. He's an undrafted free agent, but if he can contribute as a fourth wide receiver, they'll be happy.
Yeah, it's hard to get separation at the NFL level with 4.6 speed. That's why he didn't get drafted.
What is Edelman's 40?
Oh, he's pretty quick.
Yeah, nobody's quick. Yeah, but he's.
That's
tight.
why he's a punt returner.
Nobody runs patterns like he does. Right?
Yeah, he does it on smarts more than anything. Being an ex-quarterback, he instantly recognizes defenses and does the right thing, goes left or right.
All right, so Timmy texted me a picture today of Gronk, who's slim. Okay.
Slim isn't the word.
Slender.
Skinny.
Slender.
Well,
Skinny.
first of all, if you see these guys out of pads, you always
No,
are disappointed.
They had a lot
to
of
know
si-
that these guys aren't as big as they look.
Scotty, they had some side by
He always
sides of
had
him
the
without.
big neck.
He always had the big traps and the.
Did you watch any Rocky movies? All it takes
I don't
is
think
5'4".
Sylvester Stallone's
No.
getting tested.
It takes a week, and then he's chasing chickens. Then he gets the chicken,
we give him-
and next thing you know, we're all set to
So
fight.
what do we do? Have
Gronk
him-
just needs a couple weeks of lifting and a little HGH in his cereal.
Yeah, so Sylvester Stallone's not getting tested.
No, he's not. All right,
He's
after
got a
the
couple
break,
of
we're
shows.
going to continue more with the New England Patriots.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at
Want to be
autismspeaks.org.
closer to Manhattan?
Yeah, well, they were going to be
Okay,
in the fashion
so
business.
Isaiah Wynn, and we've been talking about Isaiah Wynn when they drafted him last
Yep.
year in the first round as a left tackle, right? That he would be the starter last year. Well, that didn't work out. He got hurt. Then Trent Brown was fantastic
Yep.
and got paid huge by the Raiders. Now Isaiah Wynn is actually back on the field. No pup list for Isaiah. And they immediately pencil him in as the left tackle, the starter. Hell of a
And-
position to be put into it.
But he barely plays. Did you see him the other night? No. Do you see him in practice? They're still treating him with kid gloves. So I don't know if he's going to be playing during the season.
Well, Timmy, come opening night against the Steelers, will Isaiah Wynn be the left tackle?
I don't think so. I think it might be a grooming process for him to get used to it. I mean, there's a lot on the line. We got TB back there who needs to be protected.
I think
Sure does.
I think they might have to. I mean,
Do you think?
as of right now, they might make a trade, or something.
Like a
along
Trent
the-
Williams from the
I
Redskins?
doubt it. I think they're saving that money
Well,
for
he's
something
certainly-
else.
Oh, you don't like Williams from
Oh, no.
Redskins?
I like him fine, but I don't think they're going to
I
spend
mean,
that. That's like $12 million.
the Patriots.
Yeah,
have-
but they got the space now, right?
Yeah, with Brady's contract. I think Isaiah Wynn probably will start the season, for lack of anyone better.
It's such a difference from what they had, though. They had Brown last year. Was he 6'9", and before that they had Solder, who was 6'8". I mean,
both-
it seems like they like
both
these
broke the
guys
bank.
with the long arms and the big wingspan. And this is going completely against type of the guys they've had there. But they picked them in the first round.
Well, the guy that's gotten the most reps, who probably won't end up being a starter, is that Dan Skipper there.
Yeah.
He's 6'9",
Yeah.
330 pounds.
He's the typical guy.
is
He fits the mold of what we've had there for the last 7 or 8 years.
Yeah,
but I
he-
guess he's Frankenstein. He really doesn't have the speed and the athleticism. Maybe Dante can coach him up.
Well, he was on the practice squad last year. I think we signed him. and in January or something. But he's been on practice squads for 4 other teams
In the last 2 years.
I don't know if he's ever had one game in the NFL. But that's a lot to depend on, Timmy, right?
What kind of money do you think a guy like that's making on the practice squad?
Minimum.
Well, practice squad, they make like 10
Couple hundred grand a year?
10 grand a
week.
week. And then the minimum in the NFL is what, about 400, 500,000? Yeah. All right. So, wide receiver guys, we talk about Jacoby Myers, but before the show, Joe mentioned something small that I don't think we have anyone healthy to throw other than Jacoby Myers to throw.
Edelman's down, at least for, I think they're just holding him out of the preseason. Demarius Thomas is on the
Yeah,
pup.
we can't expect Thomas is
we
ever
haven't
going to
seen
do
him.
it. Yeah.
N'Keal Harry has the hamstring issue right now. And just today, Mo Harris and Philip Dorsett both went down and left.
Is it going to be very
field.
similar? If you remember early in the season, Timmy, we had Patterson
As the only running back.
only running back.
And he wasn't a running back.
Yeah, right. Are we going to have a situation now where all of a sudden you're going to see the James Whites and the Sony Michels of the world go wide?
I believe. I think they're gearing in towards a running season. I really do. With run first, pass second. We've typically been pass first, run second. I think it's really, the guys they drafted and the guys they picked up. It seems like it's a run-centric team right now.
Yeah, but Belichick always zigs when the rest of the league zags.
Well, part of it is that defenses are going a lot lighter now, and a lot of them are going more past defensive oriented with their lighter linebackers and
The Chargers. Look at them.
their lighter players. And he's like, "Oh, you're going to get small. Well, we're going to go big on you. We're going to shove it down your throat." That seems to be what I'm seeing from the Patriots.
Well, the Detroit Lions, they had those practices before, and they were talking about N'Keal Harry and what the defensive backs of the Lions and what a monster he is physically. Could you see N'Keal Harry play some kind of H-back or wide receiver, Aaron Hernandez kind of
I
role?
think he could play all 3 wide receiver positions and play them well.
What does he weigh in at?
I think he's around 200. But he's fairly tall.
If you're going to put him with his hand on the ground, though, he's got to be 240.
And he led, and the thing they liked about him, which the guys they've had lately haven't done this, he led the NCAA last year in catching competitive balls.
His highlight film
He
is
fights for
jammed
things.
with him winning battles.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. All right, second game of the exhibition season is against the Titans. The second game is kind of strange because actually you might see Tom Brady play because he's not playing in the fourth game. So second game, does Tom Brady play, Joe?
Well, maybe not. I think we should leave him out. And don't look for a lot of competition in this one. The Patriots were singing happy birthday to Mike Vrabel today. So, I mean, it's not like there's, a lot of fire and brimstone between the two teams.
Especially when you have some guys like Skipper and Wind protecting. You're not probably
I'd like
right,
to see
Timmy,
that.
you're not going to probably put Tom Brady out there.
Every Patriots fan is just like chewing their fingernails every time Brady goes back to pass, right? We all are. It's like, we're like one, like I was walking out of the Apple store and I stubbed my foot and I think I popped my knee. I mean, that's how 58 years without hurting my knee. That's how quick it can happen.
Yeah, and we can agree that if Tom Brady gets any type of injury, he's going to retire.
Oh, yeah.
Any type of injury-
Giselle will say, that's it?
Right,
You're
any
out?
type of
That's
injury
it?
that he'd have, even like a broken wrist or something.
Is this the turning of Boston sports?
Well, I think
Are we done for championships for a while?
I tell you something, it felt like Game 7 of the Bruins when we lost that. It felt like the air had come out of our sails.
And then the
Did
Sox.
you feel it?
That was us jumping the shark?
Yeah,
That
and
was
I
it?
think that was it.
Very well
And
put,
then we
Joe.
lost to the St. Louis freaking Blues, which should just.
Oh, you had to bring it up, didn't you? My day was going well.
All right, before
He'd
I
erase that from his memory,
A lot of other stuff.
before I wrap it up, Hard Knocks. Are you guys watching it? Which is the greatest.
I saw excerpts.
It's the
and it
greatest
was,
sports reality documentary series going. It
Did you
always
see
is.
his feet? They didn't show it on Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks has been terrible about this. They do whatever they tell them. Did you see the pictures of his feet? The whole soles of his feet peeled off.
All from the cryo.
Yeah.
Oh, Brown,
Like,
Antonio Brown.
this
Yeah.
thick slab of skin, like a
Yeah.
Like the insole of your shoe.
So apparently you need to have your feet if you're a wide receiver. Coming up after the break, I'm sorry, we have to talk about the World Series champion Boston Red Sox.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent
No,
wildfires.
I mean, him not finishing his contract.
All right, we talked about the Red Sox really all year. No matter what, we said that this is probably a 500 team. And they're what?
Four or five games
Four games
above.
above 500 right now. And to me, they are what they are.
The manager after the game today was like bragging that they won a series.
Alex
That's
Cora,
what it's
yeah.
come to. That Cora was
Well, against a
bragging.
quality team, I got to say.
I know, but when you're bragging that you won a series, you know.
Nobody's stock has dropped more in the last few months than Alex Cora. I think when you come out of this season, I think he's going to end up catching the most flack.
Well, yeah. A lot of the managers around here have had bad years. You know, just look at Brad Stevens over in the Celtics.
I mean,
No, I know,
It's
but we're talking about Cora. I mean,
Yeah.
and then that's a few games ago when he had, instead of pinch hitting Mookie Betts, he pinch ran him.
Yeah.
Which is, it just shows you that his mind's not in the game.
If you go from 108 wins to probably like 88, that's just not good enough.
I mean, it started with spring training. Whose decision was that? Was that Dombrowski's decision? Was
Yeah,
that
I think it was
Cora's
John
decision?
Henry.
No, I
John
think
Henry.
Cora,
That-
no.
The analytical people push that.
No, they did, Joe, but Cora came in there with as much
Oh,
power
he said
as
he could
anyone in
handle
the
it.
organization at that point. And of course, he's a big ego guy. He wanted to push everybody around and say, I'm Alex Cora. The last two seasons,
And they started
last
3-11.
Seasons, the World Series champions, have been a large part because of my skill set. So I think he catches a lot of flack. I don't think Dave Dombrowski goes. Do you think he goes?
I think they give him a little bit more on the leash, just because of the success we've had. I mean, other than this year, I think you get a little bit of a leash with the season we had
Well,
last
yeah,
year.
I think they tied his hands this year. They said you can't go over this.
But he gets. But Sandoval goes off the books after this.
Yeah.
year. So
But
that's,
then I'm sure there'll be increases to Mookie.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, you can.
See, I think Mookie's gone.
Sale kicks in next year, and that's $30 million more.
I will be shocked if Mookie Betts is here in 2 years.
Yeah, but do you
shocked.
think? All right, do you think Mookie Betts? Look, if they have any sense that Mookie Betts is going to leave, Timmy, then they're trading. him this year.
Yeah,
have
they
to
are. I
listen
think
to
they're
offense.
going to identify some prospects that they want, and they're going to approach those teams who have the prospects. I think that's the biggest thing, is identifying some superlative prospects out there and offering Mookie for those prospects to teams that are in the market
Well,
for Mookie.
you can only go to teams that would be able to pay him
Yeah,
$40
well,
million
that's
a year.
the beginning of the
And there's only
of the
maybe
vetting
half-
process, But Mookie strikes me. He's kind of starting to feel a little bit like Kyrie Irving to me a little bit.
Well, what?
No!
Yes!
I'm telling
He's
you.
making
What
a
has
big
he
leap
done?
there. What has he done?
No, he hasn't.
I
been
He
think-
like
shows
that.
up every game.
Oh,
What are you
no,
talking
I
about?
don't mean it in that way.
He
I
seems a
just
good
mean a
clubhouse
guy
guy.
who, like, you can see the exit coming.
Oh my God! This is so Boston.
I
We're
can
gonna
see
run him out.
something. I can see one analogy there. He's got it in his mind that he's going to be gone, just like Kyrie knew
Yes,
he was going
that's
to
We
be.
what
know
I
he
mean.
gets slighted.
I don't mean from
Tom
a
Brady
pers-
lives here 20 years and moves and he's slighted. You're just ready to get.
I'm easily jilted, Scott.
I know.
He's
my
very
God.
sensitive.
I know.
I'm getting that strong vibe that
What are you talking about? He has better-
Mookie's going.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, he's gone. Whether the Red Sox
he-
do anything about it or
he's
not.
gone. They were saying that about Mike Trout in California. They said for sure that he would go to free agency, and he signed a contract,
I don't
long
know.
term.
Mookie's.
Yeah, well, he got what he wanted. That's
They'll give Mookie what he wants.
Should
Or
they? Should they, though?
I have sources. I have sources.
Sources.
in
His
the
son.
Red Sox. I
His
know
son
that-
works at Fenway.
No, I know
he's
everybody.
going to the
It's
cocktail
true.
party tonight.
I know everybody at Fenway, and they say if Mookie were to go this offseason, it may be to the Atlanta Braves, who have a couple of pitching prospects and outfield.
There you
prospects.
That's a cheap bunch. There.
No, but
they
and
got
he's-
prospects.
Apparently, he's from Nashville, Tennessee, which I don't know. I guess is close to Atlanta.
So you agree with my thought process then?
It is close to Atlanta.
No, but Kyrie Irving?
No, I don't mean no. Like when we knew that Kyrie was going.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like when I got that
No,
feeling,
this is
Kyrie's not
totally
coming back.
Dead man walking.
Dead man walking. I just feel like he's gone. He's gone.
No, I think your feelings are just a little too quick. Okay, if it's June, all of a sudden, which is similar to Kyrie, and then we start to get the feel that he's going to leave June next year.
What do you think?
What do you
think?
But now, I mean, we're not even done this
Well,
season.
I proposed that they should have been listening to offers back at the trade deadline.
What do you think they've put on the table?
There's no need to.
Do you think they're negotiating right now with him?
No, they won't negotiate during the season. That's just the way they.
He won't.
No.
You don't think they're talking to his agent about what you're going to want?
No, I know they're going to do it. They're talking about saying, let's talk after the season. Look, why would they talk now? You wait till the season ends. If he gets a serious injury, then you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
They've learned by Chris Sale
But
not to jump the gun anymore.
They did offer him a contract at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, there was rumors that there was 25 for 8 years each.
Yeah.
When he's already making, $20 million in arbitration, that seemed like a low ball off.
It seems like he's going to want 10 at 40 a year.
I think that's right. I think that gets it done.
And I'd say the Red Sox will say no to that.
I would say no to that.
Look, they'll say yes to it if the luxury cap numbers
Go up.
Increase dramatically.
Yes.
They're not afraid to pay that. They're just afraid to be in the luxury.
Yeah.
Do you think
Exactly.
he's
cap.
worth
Hell.
10 at 40 a year?
No, look.
It's not my money.
No, it's not my money, but can I spend that money better somewhere else?
That's the point. Are you going to hamstring yourself so now all of a sudden you don't have a bullpen for the next 10 years because you're paying Mookie?
Just like this year.
Yeah, that was the problem. They weren't. But then again, this year Dombrowski made the mistake of paying the Pierces of the world when you could have improved your bullpen.
But next year, remember, that sale contract that wipes out the Sandoval stuff.
No, because what is Sale making? Is it really?
30 million.
30.
And
Yeah,
he
but
was
what's he
making
making
like
now?
13 now.
Okay, so
There's
you're right.
the exact Sandoval trade-off right there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, no, it's definitely a problem when you sign these contracts. But you got to hand it to the Red Sox and John Henry. They're not afraid to spend money, so that's not the issue.
And they're not afraid to take it in either.
Yeah, right. No, exactly. But look, we've said a lot of owners in this sports town
But
over a lot of years were afraid.
But if I'm
to
the
do
Red
that.
Sox, I'm looking who's coming up on the free agency market. Not this year, but the next year.
We'll talk after break. Yeah, but I will say before the break, to me, it's a weak free agent market.
Is it?
So you got to take that into
that
account.
could
All right,
dictate.
we'll continue with the Red Sox and maybe a little touch of the Celtics after the break.
So that would.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Okay, when they got Andrew Kashner, it looked like a pretty good deal. He was doing really well for the Orioles.
He had peaked.
He was a guy who actually traded for Anthony Rizzo. Epstein got Anthony Rizzo. That was a great deal by Brookline's own Theo Epstein. But Andrew Kashner's been a huge bust.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see how he does in the bullpen.
Well, with the season over, who's watching?
Yeah. Well, I guess today they won.
What did he walk? 10 guys in a game, a couple games ago, and he said, I had my good stuff, but it just wasn't finding
Going
a
across
home."
the plate.
I mean, you walk 10 guys. Come on. These guys, he seems a little full of himself, if you ask me. I mean,
Well,
say
he's a
I
bust.
stunk. Come out and say I stunk tonight.
He's been a bust for the Red Sox.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, it seemed like he had peaked. He had hit his little high point, like me when I was like 17.
If the only time we'll ever hear Andrew Kashner's name again will be if those two young prospects they gave away end up being stars or contributing players.
doesn't
Then
he-
we're gonna freaking Kashner.
Well, doesn't he have? He's with the Red Sox next year. He's signed for
No.
next year,
I think he's a free agent. Oh no, forgot. They're not. He's never going to be a
He's
Red
off
Sox
the books.
agent. Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Dustin Pedroia. I just wanted to mention his name. Had joint preservation surgery. Oh my God! It's like he sounds like he's dead already.
He's getting ready.
Sound like someone in their 80s.
Yeah, right.
He's getting ready for next season. He's preparing.
Dustin, you'll be able to get out of that wheelchair soon.
Why do we even need Dustin Pedroia? He won't retire until
Why should
until
he?
there's the last
Would you?
chance. No, I would
At
not.
$17 million a year? I'm
No,
not
I would
retiring
not.
either.
No.
It's only 9 after taxes, Joe.
But can we just never? Can we agree to never talk about Dustin Pedroia as a part of the Boston Red Sox ever again?
You will not hold that promise, though.
No, I'm not doing that.
We still talk about Pablo. So.
All right, you know I love him. Nobody has talked more, even including his family.
Hanley Ramirez?
Sam Travis. I ask you, Sam Travis is actually showing a pulse.
He is.
He's actually been
Yes, he was. He's been much
That
better
game we
this
went
time
to, he
out.
hit that shot to center.
So here's
That
a
was
guy
bomb.
that can play first base, and he plays left
Hey, you
field.
had him dead 3 weeks ago.
No, but look.
Come on.
It's true.
He'll be right back in that casket next week.
But nobody paid attention to him, too, like me, too.
I know. No one. You were the only one.
So, Sam Travis, Marco Hernandez, this has got to be the swan song for Brock Holt, right? Who's a free
Oh
agent.
yeah, that does the way you put it that way. Because it looks like Marco's gonna stick.
Yeah, Marco Hernandez is a good contributing guy, yeah.
I hope Brock goes and gets a nice, juicy, fat contract somewhere. I mean, I like
That
the
just
guy.
shows you, Timmy, we should have got rid of Brock Holt
We
at the
should have
deadline.
traded him and got something for
You
him.
would have got something. You would have got a good.
But he
prospect.
covers so many spots, you know, and
No,
he's
I know,
such a
but
Which
handy
would
guy to
make
have
him
around.
valuable to a contender.
Yeah. I mean, he's the ultimate utility guy.
That's where Dombrowski really failed. And if we see Dombrowski tonight at the cocktail party, I'm going to mention
Big raspberry.
There was no reason not to trade Moreland and Holt
And
at the
Pierce,
very
anyone
least.
you could trade.
No, he wouldn't have been able to get.
Well,
the
we had no
Pierce.
first
But
baseman for a while, right?
No, but Moreland and Holt.
Sam Travis.
There were duplicate skill sets on the team with
Yeah.
Travis, Hernandez. Those were guys, and when it was borderline whether we were competitive at all, if you could have got some good prospects, that was a reason to do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You had a ton of guys at first.
You know,
base.
we
Chavis
all fell in love with last year's team, but I mean that's where Belichick differentiates himself from all
Yeah,
other
but Timmy,
GMs.
he
No,
knew
what I'm
by-
saying,
by-
yes,
by-
I'm
by
saying.
July
Yes.
31st, you need to
See,
be falling in love
Belichick
anymore.
just cuts the ties.
Oh,
And goes
absolutely.
like, I don't care what you did. Yeah, literally 12 hours ago, I don't care what you did.
Steve-
What are you doing for me next year? And there is no emotion. There's no anything.
Never would have signed.
Never
Steve
would have.
Harrison
Never,
in
ever.
2
Maybe
seconds.
this is a learning
With
process.
Belichick, Jimmy Garoppolo would be the quarterback.
Jimmy
right
G,
now.
I'm so glad he mentioned him. All right, the White Sox and the Yankees are
Look at his glowing Jimmy G.
I
Someone
know.
brought up Jimmy
Oh,
G.
I made his
He's
day.
blushing.
Yes,
He's
you
blushing.
The White Sox and Yankees are playing in Iowa in the Field of Dreams. Next year.
hokey.
That is, what are they just? It's over for Major League Baseball.
Yeah,
Now they're
that's
barnstorming.
all-
They're literally barnstorming.
What are they going to have, a sitcom now with 2 teams?
You're
too?
right.
You know?
8,000 seats. They're going to create some stadium
A
in
reality
a cornfield.
show?
How ridiculous is that? Who's coming up with this crap?
Some marketing genius.
Right? I mean, is that an embarrassment?
Do
for
they still have
baseball?
the cornfield all around it?
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
know, also the Red Sox.
Build it, they will come.
I forgot this, but they play. They play 2 major league games at the Little League field in Williamsport.
Really?
In Pennsylvania, they play real games,
Yeah.
right? They're not exhibition. And apparently, the Red Sox are playing next year in Williamsport.
Who gives up the home gate on that?
Oh, I'm sure it's the Red Sox because we know.
Oh, they gave up for London.
Even if they play like the freaking Tampa, we'll lose a Yankee game.
Yeah.
Right? That's how it works.
Oh, we don't have to worry about that anymore, Scott.
No, let's not talk about that. All right, I have to say the last time I'm going to say the words Blake Swihart on the show. It was nobody has spoken about him more than I. He just got cut by the.
He's out of
by
baseball.
Arizona. Yeah.
Really?
And so that's it for him.
We hardly knew you, Blake.
That was a guy when he came up, boys, and there was so much hullabaloo
They
about
probably
him.
should never have converted him to catcher.
I know, but when I looked at him, Joe, when the eye test, when I first saw him, I'm like, this small little guy, what are you expecting from him? And he was bad from the get-go.
Oh, he was a terrible catcher, but you can't convert somebody to catcher at the minor league level. They've had too much time before that. That's just not the way to
All right,
do
we're
it.
going to go a little Celtics. Celtics open the season versus the Sixers on October 23rd. Do you have opening day tickets?
I haven't even got them yet. So I
Oh,
don't
no.
know.
So they open in Philly 23rd, and then they come
October
here.
6th,
I get
first
every other.
preseason game.
Then they come here October 25th against Toronto. You ready for the season?
I do not
to
think we're a
start?
good matchup with the Sixers.
No, we're not.
We are not.
And no.
Not with Al there, with
No.
supporting Embiid.
Oh
That
my
was our
God.
If we
anti-Embiid.
got a
Now
little
they
team,
Oh, don't you wish we had the Sixers team? Because Embiid and Horford on the
Without
same.
Simmons, I don't like
I don't like Simmons either, but Embiid and Horford, those are fun guys to root for.
Yeah.
Embiid's a character. You can't hate Embiid.
We got to get that guy from the Bond movies, the guy with the gold teeth, to come in and defend Embiid.
Yeah.
What was it?
I think he's like 80.
Big 7'9"
that's
guy.
our show for tonight. I want to thank the boys. Want to thank everyone behind the scenes. Of course, Handsome Todd. Please check us out on our website at thegrandstanders.com and tune in on Friday night live from the greatest bar, Dirty Water Friday Night Live, the Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman. Have a great and happy night.
Here comes the circus.